Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Grounded video. So we all know the secret feature now is shared worlds. What we don't know is really how they work, right? So after a few hiccups yesterday when they launched the secret feature, a lot of people got into it. We tested it out today on stream earlier with one of my buddies, Mediocre Milton. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He's got his own channel. He does a heck of a lot better than I do. And we shared a world from his save files, and then I shared a world of mine to him. And overall, the process of it, after a little confusion, is pretty straightforward, so it's not too difficult. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the patch notes again, just to kind of cover those again. Nothing has changed as of recording this video, and as things do change, which I'm sure they will, we will keep providing information on that. So let's go ahead and jump into the patch notes over here. And just do another quick run through of these again. So if you guys haven't checked it yet, you can now create a shared world. So it's not a dedicated server, it's a shared world, like I said. So I can share a world with other people, and other people can share a world with me. So what you can do with this, you can own up to 3 shared worlds at any given time. So this is saying once you share a world with anybody else, you can only have 3 shared worlds. But you can have 50 worlds shared with you, where it's not your world. So you can share 3 of your save files with other people, world/save file. You hear me intermixing that every now and then. So I can share 3 of my save files with other people, and I can own up to 3 shared save files. So if I want to share a 4th one, I can't do that. I'll have to unshare one of those previous worlds to share another one. And I'll get into it, and I know it sounds confusing, but we'll get into the menu there and walk you guys through it. You can have 50 worlds shared with you at any given time. So if I'm not the host of the said world, if I'm not the creator of the save world, then I can have 50 of those shared with me. And you're going to have a lot of different saves if you're going to have 50 of those. Anyways, moving on. Any standard worlds from before can be converted to a shared world via the save load menu. So any standard world, meaning any regular world that you create, basically. Any shared world you own or have been shared with can be copied down as a local standard world for you to play on your own. So this is pretty interesting. So you can have a world that somebody has like 1,000+ days, 1,000+ hours in. They can share that world with you, and you can create your own save file of it and play it on your own solo. Now, again, we're going to get into the differences between having a standard saved copied file of a save and a shared file, the one that's going to be multiplayer. We tested it on stream. It didn't make a lot of sense at first. It makes sense now, so I'm going to try to do my best to explain it. Trust me, when we get to the menu. Shared worlds can only be played by hosting it as a multiplayer game. Again, shared worlds can only be played by hosting it as a multiplayer game. This means if you want to play with other people on a shared world, you have to do it through multiplayer. Only one person can host a shared world at a time. Others will be able to join the current player who is hosting. So I can only host one game, and anybody else can join that game. I can't host multiple games to be playing 2 different games at once. It makes sense. Any game progress that happens while anyone is hosting a shared world will be properly restored regardless of who hosts the world next. So me, Joe Blow, and Chad over here, right? We're all playing the same world. I'm hosting this one. Now, say we get done, I can't play anymore, I gotta go to bed. Now Chad wants to host it. Chad can jump in and host and still play with Joe Schmo over here, and that progress is going to continue no matter who's hosting, assuming you're playing it in multiplayer, if that makes sense. So owner of shared world who is hosting can log out for the day and have someone else who has the world shared with them rehost it while they're offline. So caveat to that is once the host leaves, you'll have to back out of that save file, and then the new host will have to open that save file and continue playing that way. So every time the host leaves, you'll have to back out and then rejoin, restart the world. You can use this system to share copies of save games with friends, and this is what I was talking about. Create a shared copy of an existing world, share it with said friend, have them download a standard copy of it on their end. And we didn't test this out, but if you own both a Steam copy and Xbox Windows Store copy, so basically if you have 2 versions of the game, whether for free or repurchased, you can use this system to have a single shared world that you can play across all the platforms, whether it be Steam, Windows, Steam Deck, Xbox, whatever you want. So now let's go ahead and jump into the menu here where we were, and we're going to kind of go through this. So here we are at the main menu. So we're going to jump into the multiplayer because that tells us how we can play the multiplayer shared world games. We go to multiplayer, continue, host, continue. Don't care about that. We're gonna get in here, load our saves. So this is my main save right here. This is the one that was shared by Mediocre Milton. So this is our Factual Friends world that we played, and he shared it with me. So now I can jump into here, right here, and play it by myself or play with somebody else. Whatever progress we make, whatever changes we make in that world, because it's through multiplayer and because it's a shared world, will save. So if I hop in here, I can do some stuff, and then if I log out or whatever, it's going to create a new save. When Milton logs in there, it's going to go ahead and load all those changes that I've done in the world, and it's going to be available to him to see. And what I can show you here is one thing you can't do when somebody shares a world with you. You can't rename the world, so whatever they've named it, that's what the name is going to be. And you can see here, create standard copy. So this is what I did to create my own. So now I have this save right here. This is a standard copy that I created off of this save right here. So now this is the multiplayer shared world. Now this is the standard copy that I created. So whatever I do in this one will not affect this one. I basically downloaded this level, created a copy of it, and now I can play this one single player. Now if I want to share this one, then I can create a shared copy and go from there. I can rename this one because I created a copy of it. This is basically Milton gave me this save, I made a copy of it, and now this version is mine. So whatever I do in this one, again, will not affect the multiplayer shared world, which is right here. Clear as mud? Okay. You'll see here too, what we can do is rename this world, rename the save. We obviously can't do that on this one, and I can't share this world. So Milton is currently the owner of it. It shows it right here. So because he's the owner of this world, I can't share it with other people. So that's going to show you that I can't just get a shared world from someone else, go share it with my friends, and then completely mess up this world. Until Milton gets in here, he's the only one that can share this world. You don't have to worry about that. What you'll see here is down here, unshare world. So this is what I'm saying when they say you can only share 3 worlds. I can share 3 of my saves. Once I reach that threshold, this will be grayed out. I'm not allowed to share any more worlds unless I go in here, unshare a world, and then go share a new one. Clear as mud. Okay. Let me go back in here real quick. I'm going to show you one of the other ones we have down here. So this is a world that I shared with Mediocre Milton. So he's going to have this world available on his game file. When he loads up, goes into multiplayer, if he wants to hop in this one and mess around with it, he can do that, and it will save all that progress that he's done in the game. Everything he's done in that game, when I go to jump into it, it's gonna show up for me. And you can see right here, owner, same thing. I'm the owner of this one, so he can't go in, he can't rename it, he can't share it with anybody else because this is my original copy. What I can do, or what he can do, is create a standard copy and then play on that one, and then he could share that one. Similar to what I did with this one. I have this one. This is a standard copy that I took from this save. Now I can do whatever I want with this one and create a shared copy and then share that with other people. It sounds confusing. It's really not that confusing. Once you get in and start messing with it, it'll make sense. And then once you do some organization of your saves, you'll know which is which ones are shared, which ones are not. Obviously, you have the icon over here. It tells you owner, Mediocre Milton, and it shows you right here that this is a shared world. It also tells you right here, shared custom. This one down here, same thing, shared custom. Now this one's yellow because I am the owner. This one was shared. This is mine that I shared. This one up here is one that was shared with me. Makes sense. And it tells you up here, you've got icons everywhere telling you what's going on. So you create, like I said, you can create your own save file. So if I have somebody with 1,000 hours, or if myself, like I have 1,000 hours in my main world over 700 days or whatever, I can share that with friends. They can create a copy of that and then basically have their own solo play of my world. So interesting stuff that you can share that, share progress with people. Maybe if you have a really bomb base that people want, like, man, I really wish I had that, you can share that with their friends. They can have a solo game of it, or you can just invite them to play with yours. Pretty simple when you break it down and get into it when you're messing around with it. Like I said, we did the testing on stream probably for about 20 or 30 minutes or so, and the process of sharing a world and then getting into a shared world from somebody else was pretty simple. It's very similar to just playing multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, so when we did get into the worlds, I was hosting the shared world with Mediocre Milton, so he was the person that joined. He had issues, 2 bars of ping the whole time. He was having issues when he went into combat. His attacks weren't working correctly, obviously still just because of the multiplayer issue. And perfect blocking really wasn't working, so you're still going to have the same multiplayer issues that you typically have before. The only way really to get away with that is what Milton was saying, was to just basically have dedicated servers, which I don't think they're going to be doing this late in the game. Maybe after 1.0, that's something that they can look into. But to have dedicated servers for a game that only supports a multiplayer of 4 players, I don't see that being a road that they're going to go down. So that's basically the clear as mud version breakdown that I can give you of how the shared worlds work. So the best thing to do is just jump in there, test it out with yourself, with your friends and everything. Share save files and get shared files and play with them and stuff like that. I will say again, a big warning: make sure that you have backup saves of your saves that you're going to share, especially if you've had a lot of time and effort put into them. Definitely make sure you have backup saves of those, just in the event that something gets corrupted, you lose a file, it won't load correctly. That way you're not going to lose all that progress. This is still in beta. I foresee it being a beta for quite a bit, just until more people mess around with it and give feedback on what's working and what's not. So again, big red flag warning: make sure you have your backup saves set up. So that's what we got for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you guys going to try this out? Maybe you're a solo player, you just want to share a world, or vice versa. Maybe you're a multiplayer and you want to just share worlds and do that. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this, and we'll go from there. So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you join the community. Link to join the Discord in the description. With that being said, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay original, my friends. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.